All right, this brings us into the big news of the week, which was Microsoft buying Activision, which was like a thunderbolt out of the sky. It was so huge, it made me sick, literally. What do you guys think? Chip, you must have thoughts.
I think it's good for Activision Studios. Simply because Activision had they had fully become the money-making company, right? They knew exactly what games they were making. They were not attempting anything new, right? And they were letting all of their past IP die. Anything that was not their big money makers, it was just dead.
Yep.
So now that those belong to a company who seems to like gaming, like they're one of these companies that say that when they say they want to do stuff with gaming, they've like, you can kind of trust them right now, right? Like
they're very invested,
right? So I don't know. It's a weird situation because I'm sure it's going to take a while for the full impact of that to make its way through the other gaming ecosystems.
Definitely.
Right? Like, because Activision has all these contracts out for forever with all these people.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing. That's the other, yeah. Because that was the big question, and that's what everyone wants us to talk about: is will Call of Duty become an Xbox exclusive? And there's the general thought process is you don't spend $70 billion to hand something to your number one competitor. But of course, there are, as you mentioned, existing contracts. So we won't know anything until these existing contracts expire, and we don't know how long they are for. I was even like armchair guessing maybe 2025 would be.
Why does it take them to move out of their house, out of their home?
Yeah,
PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. Our home at PlayStation,
the new home.
But I'm pretty much convinced that once that's up,
oh, of course,
and yeah, exactly, yeah.
Unless
I know you two agree with
unless
me.
You have Xbox Game Pass on
when
PlayStation.
You say Xbox, you mean PC as well.
Yes, Xbox and PC. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Xbox and PC is a large enough market for Call of Duty to remain a profitable thing and to also hurt your main competition, which those are the two goals of spending $70 billion. We're talking about Call of Duty being, day and date Game Pass release also, which is kind of exciting. So
eventually, right?
Eventually,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eventually. When this is all done, when this deal is closed and Activision is part of Game Pass, do they just do it like they did with Bethesda, where one day I turn on my console and I was like, oh, here's 15 games that you can play now.
Yep.
That you couldn't play before. And that's kind of cool. I mean, as a consumer who has this service, I'm pretty excited for that. But it also means that, 3 Call of Duty games down the line, they won't be on PlayStation. I think Warzone continues to get support because I think that it makes sense and it's an existing property and an existing game. But, you can
throw him a bone, throw him a Warzone bone, you mean?
The Warzone bone. I think that's basically the
Warzone bone. Come on, guys. Don't be mad.
When Phil Spencer...
Have a Warzone.
Phil Spencer tweeted this out today. Had a good call this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
I said I would not break any contracts. That's a bold statement. I will not.
I'm sure it was a great call with Sony. Hey, Sony, how's it going?
Wait, there's more. And our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry, and we value our relationship.
Look, guys, we really want
to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. He means Warzone.
He means something that's not the money maker, the big ones that sell consoles.
Or he means, hey, we'll keep Call of Duty over there if you guys put all your games out on our system as well.
He said very similar things about Bethesda. I had the article open. I mean, I could read the quotes if you want me to. Let's see. Here we go. It is so.
I was just laughing at Sony is an important part of our industry, and we value our relationship.
This is when
That's
this is
like
what-
saying, we're not going to step on you that hard. We'll be gentle and just push you to the side a little.
when referring to Bethesda, he said, "We have games that exist on other platforms, and we're going to support those games on the platforms they are on. They are communities of players, and we love those players, and we're going to invest in them.
And they are games, and the players play games. Thank
And
you.
even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms.
There might be contracts in the future.
Yeah, there might be contracts." And that's basically, I mean, he basically is saying the same thing again.
Of course he is. That's what you say during acquisition.
I know. And and he can't really say anything, because if he were to come out and say now, no, Call of Duty is going to be exclusive on the Xbox, it would fluctuate.
Well, you also don't want to say
Too
that
many
in the
Approval,
monopoly
in the approval process.
Yeah, the monopoly approval process here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just say shit like this, where Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship.
So this topic has gotten very heated.
Because if they weren't an important part of the industry,
right,
we're a monopoly, and you won't let this go through.
Right, right.
The thing that
Sony's
you hear,
good. I mean, they
obviously,
got games. Come on.
is you hearing a lot of, what do you mean? Microsoft doesn't want to leave all that money on the table. And that's, I've heard that at least 7 times in the Discord channel,
right,
and on Twitter. And yes, they literally want to keep that money. It's not even that they want to keep that money on the table. They just want that money to be moved elsewhere.
Of course.
And
let's bring that money over this way.
Yeah. And even if it means 20-30% of that money,
right,
that's still plenty for them. They're still happy with that, because it means 0 for their number one competitor. And that is what the $70 billion purchase is for.
Right.
A lot of people are saying
there's a lot to this $70 billion purchase, right? Like you are getting a lot of valuable IP.
Oh yeah, it's more than just Call of Duty.
Like it's not just Call of Duty. There's
Leisure Suit
a
Larry.
lot of stuff they get.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Remember when Crash Bandicoot was the mascot for the PlayStation?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. They should have that again. They should redo those commercials with Crash Bandicoot standing outside of the PlayStation headquarters going, "Hey,
we value our relationship."
I renegotiated with those guys.
Right.
There's also, everyone keeps talking about, well, does this mean that now Sony will try to get Game Pass on the PlayStation? Is the other thing.
Xbox version?
The Xbox version of Game Pass. Will they make a deal with Microsoft to get Game Pass?
You know how much they'd have to pay for that?
I'm just saying what people are saying. I'm with you. The problem we have with this conversation is that all 3 of us agree on everything. We think that these games are going to go exclusive. We think that as people who have Game Pass already, that this is just benefits us in a lot of ways. It also clears up a lot of nonsense with Activision's corporate culture, and a lot of people will probably disappear once this deal is finalized. So there's a lot of things that, and these are all things I know that we kind of agree on and sort of like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. But there are a lot of people like, no, this isn't what's going to happen. They're either going to put Call of Duty on the PlayStation, which I think obviously that's ridiculous, or they're going to add Game Pass to Sony systems.
That seems unlikely now that I think about it more. It's just like, what are they going to do? Like, why would they start developing for PlayStation? Like, it just seems, like you said earlier, like they don't mind leaving a little money on the table if it's like none for you and just like a little less for me, and less effort. Less spending money to develop and put all that shit on PlayStation. I don't know. It should be interesting. Locust Horde in the chat is bringing up your old idea, Wombat, about Skylanders.
Thank you for the credit.
Yeah,
I tweeted about this already this week too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You really want it.
It's the one thing I want. I really want it. I want a re-release version of Skylanders. I want Skylanders remastered. I want it to be all the games in one package with everything unlocked, no toys.
Yeah.
I think you have a shot at that, because I was thinking through that too, like with all these past properties that Activision has out there and how how willing Microsoft is to like go back to the retro games and back and pat games and everything, that if they get some of these licenses that they can control, we might see a bunch of this old stuff get either remastered or just put back out.
Yeah, why not?
It just makes Game Pass better. I mean,
it makes Game Pass better. It keeps the wheels turning. It gets people, turning on their consoles and downloading new stuff.
I really wish I could believe that Guitar Hero was coming back, but the licensing for that,
that's a different
for the music
animal.
Tracks is just dead. But like, if they could put like a Guitar Hero into Game Pass,
guys, Guitar Hero Metaverse, huh? It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
I'm gonna be over there if you need me.
It's worth the licensing costs for Guitar Hero Metaverse. Carl Kramer writes in and asks, what Activision IP that Bobby Kotick let fall by the wayside would you like to see Xbox revive besides Skylanders?
Tony Hawk.
Bring it back.
Yeah, I know they did the remaster of it. Everybody said it was good. It did well.
But Overwatch.
New one. Bring back on Overwatch.
Yeah, that was good.
I think you have a good chance of having Overwatch come back.
I think you'll see more Overwatch now. Yeah, Overwatch 2. Question is Overwatch 2 come out on the PlayStation? Like, well, because that game was supposed to come out fairly soon. I'm assuming that there's a contract for that one, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Pitfall, by the way.
PlayStation had some, exclusive deal with Call of Duty, to get exclusive content. They had that whole like new home of Call of Duty thing. So that's the contract I think that they're talking about. So however long that lasts. Should we do? There's probably not much in the way of new releases, so let's just bang that out real quick. Unless you had anything more to add about the Microsoft stuff.
The only thing I have to add to the Microsoft stuff is like just the quantity of studios that Microsoft has producing games now. Like I don't know how Sony's going to keep up. Like with what their current studios are in the time frames that they come out with exclusives. Like their exclusives are top notch, right? But look at the
limited
PlayStation
number
5 right now.
Right. It's like a desert.
Yeah. And once all these studios are putting out games, I mean, I'd be nervous if I was with Sony right now. They've got to make a move on it.
Do you think that Sony is out there now, like looking at some like
they have to be.
Ubisoft or something like that?
I'm sure they probably were previously. I mean, they're smart. I mean, I don't think they can get Ubisoft. Ubisoft's might be a little bit rich for them. Like a Square Enix, maybe.
Right.
And it fits their demographic.
Sure.
I don't think they're buying anyone anytime soon. I think this is a big purchase. They're gonna wait for this to be finished before they make anything else big. And let's see how this unfolds. I mean, if this pans out and it gives them all the everything they need,
right.
We'll see how it all pans out. It is crazy though. What a crazy day that was when
yeah, people were like, holy fuck.
Holy crap. Yeah, it was just everywhere. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's a crop. So are there any new releases?
I mean, I think the only one I can think of is Spelunky 2 came out.
That's on Game Pass, right?
On Game Pass.
Oh wow, okay.
I downloaded it.
Nobody Saves the World is
also on Game Pass.
That's from
I downloaded that.
Drinkhouse.
You see how we're talking? Huh?
That's like the people who made the Guacamelee game.
Guacamelee games. Yep. I actually want to play that one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
They had a pretty big crop of releases on Game Pass this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not on this list yet, but I know it comes out. It came out today. Windjammers 2.
I tried that. I tried it.
Oh, have you? Is it on Game Pass?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got a code for. I've got a code for it for Switch. I don't know. It's been a little while since they.
I mean, there is a big release that came out today. Do we want to talk about that now? Or
I want to talk about Windjammers 2 first.
Right.
Okay.
Jam.
Well, I want to, if we're going to talk extensively about things, we should do a word from our sponsors, and then we'll talk extensively.
How extensively is he going to talk about Windjammers?
What's my time limit here? Give me a time limit that I can
Dude,
talk
forget
to
it. Just talk about Windjammers. Come on.
I want to find out when we have to do this ad.
Just go.
Right now? You want me to talk about it now?
Right now.
To strangle somebody.
I was a big fan of the Windjammers 1 when they re-released that out, and this one they added new moves and everything, so now you can jump and do spikes, and the animation is really nice on it.
It's like, this is volleyball with frisbees. Is that the basic idea?
Yeah, well, yeah, volleyball /
Yes.
pong.
Yeah.
Right, with frisbees.
Yep.
It's fun. I hope it does well and we get some more content to it, because it's very much an arcade game. I wish it had like a story mode to it, or some kind of more substance to it, because the core gameplay is really good. It's straight up just an arcade mode, and you can play through it and play with different
But you can play online though too.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
I bet that's fun.
I bet
we should
you
play some Windjammers.
We can do it, but I don't really know how to play that. So
You don't have to know how to play
I
it.
feel like it's got like Othello rules: easy to learn, hard to manage.
Yeah, you may be right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else for new releases? Before Wombat yells at you about putting
Shadow
more
Man
heads?
Remastered.
Which you've been waiting for that one.
Mm-hmm. They remastered Shadow Man. I think again. Hasn't he been remastered before?
Yes, he's groundbreaking. He needs to be remastered all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shadow of its former master.
All right, that's it for the new releases. I think we're digging for releases.